All right, we might be live. This is us testing stuff out. Good news, everything other than cameras is working. Bad news, cameras are the most difficult part. So let's see if
Yeah.
we can fix
Ooh.
it. I tried to do this in studio mode, and that was probably the biggest mistake. To be honest.
Be
Let
said
me see
about
my
starting in
friends.
hard mode.
Yeah, it really
Yeah.
is.
What, you mean we're
It's
not
different.
playing hardcore mode? What? Iron Man?
I know, right?
I mean, not hardcore Iron Man, but hard mode.
Parkour.
I always play Iron Man mode, especially in CK.
Fair. Well, we,
Yeah.
we might be experiencing some of that in this game, so that's something. You know what? We will continue to work on that as we go. This is session 0. And faces don't matter that much.
Yeah.
I'll continue while these guys are getting going.
You're not missing much with my face anyway. Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
just looking at my plants outside. They're full of bees and birds and bugs at the moment.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's just late winter, so everything's flowering, and I have like constant bird song out my window.
It always throws me off being in like reverse seasons of you guys. Nothing else does, but that one in particular.
Backwards land. Yeah.
Literally our Bizarro and vice versa.
It's true.
Yeah, I have crickets and chipmunks running around apparently still outside.
We've got two armadillos that decide to start living in our backyard.
What?
Oh yeah.
What happened?
They literally walk back and forth between my camper and my house, or my game room and my house, and I like literally have to walk around them because they'll just look at me and then look back at the ground, chase their little bug. Maybe they'll take a couple steps towards me or not. Like, really give no shits about our presence.
Yeah, we got some. We got a couple of wild rabbits that are doing that in our yard right
Made
now.
out of plate armor. They're probably fine.
Deer too.
They got that high AC.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, can you feed?
Hey, I got a camera. I'm on here.
Yeah.
I see it.
So I made you the test dummy here.
Yeah.
I think if I do this, then you're in the right spot. Let's see. Okay. So apparently folders for cameras no longer works. So at least I know how to fix that.
Okay. Oh, look at that! I'm actually in the thing now.
So I just
Sweet.
need to do that with the other 3 cameras, and then we're good. 4 cameras. So I'm also not.
Cool.
All right. Let me do some stuff here, guys. All right. Whoa, we are live. We did it. We did this stuff. I think everyone other than... Oh, we got everybody.
Yeah, we did.
All right. Welcome to our temporary placement for session 0.
Hey.
We'll be upping the interface for this in the future. Let's make sure we're in our session 0. This counts as a test. Can one of y'all speak? I just want to make sure your voice is going through.
Speaking now.
So, how are
Yeah.
people doing?
We got it. All right, we'll do some proper introductions in episode 1, but we got with us Scully, Drax, Bert, and Trent, and we're going to be doing some Pendragon. Specifically, we're going to be doing character creation. We're doing Nanteleod's legacy, and we're set in Wales, in the small kingdom of Escavalon, which is right here on the map.
See it.
I think I got y'all there. Yeah. So let's go ahead and move this offhand tone. Move this Carlion. Carline. Which way is the right way to say it? Carline, probably?
I think you could
I
make
don't
it
know
up.
with Welsh.
Carlion.
Yeah. I don't think it's French, though. You know?
No, not yet.
I want to say...
You got a few hundred years before you start to put De Leon.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
There's some Franks running around. I don't know what their language is, more Germanic sounding, I imagine. Period. Yeah.
Well, it'd be... Yeah, I was thinking about this earlier, because I was thinking, looking at Welsh accents, and I was like, wait, the Welsh are the Cymry, essentially, the direct descendants of the Cymry. So really, all of our Logresian characters, all the Cymric characters, would all have Welsh accents. They would only have English accents after getting their crap kicked out of them by the Saxons.
Right? I expect you all
Yeah.
to get that perfectly right.
Yeah.
And yeah, um,
How
I'm joking.
The proper Welsh
do
accent.
a Welsh accent without
Dick
vowels
Lord
and
every word.
lengthen them. For
Oh
example,
no, just no.
No.
All right, boys, let's do this. We're gonna set you up with some character sheets. I wonder if you're actually just able to add your own. Are you?
It
Yeah,
says
I
yeah,
created
it does.
Master Wales, remember? He's so good.
Oh yeah, Esraels. There we go. All right, and I see a couple others. You can just rename your sheet, and then I'll know who we're talking about.
I rename mine Draximus Maximus for now.
Perfect.
Love it.
The Roman Draximus Maximus. Yeah.
That's right.
So unreasonably happy. I don't know why.
I think Carline is predominantly Roman, if I remember, from the Book of Cyrus.
Actually, I think there's a good chance that we get Roman in there.
As we're doing you're setting up your character sheets, I think to get started, we will just go over real quick what we're doing. So the game will be set predominantly, at least starting in Scavelin. It's going to really focus around Nanteleod and his knights, kind of the way Salisbury focused on Roderick and Robert in the main game. But there's going to be lots of opportunity. We're going to focus on your characters the same way I focus on the other PCs in the other games. Like I don't like a game where the players are just kind of like copy paste characters. It's not interesting to me. We can start. I think I wanted to propose that we maybe talk a little bit before we just dive into character creation. Do we want to do something where people are family at all, like kin, not family, because I think you all want to be probably your own manorial knights, potentially.
I'd like the option
There's
for
a-
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
think
questions I just
cousins
asked.
or things like that.
I mean, I could imagine being someone's brother, and
Yeah, I can
There's
do
a-
whatever, honestly.
there's a camaraderie in building a legacy together.
And I think we'll get there naturally anyways. The reason why I'm asking this question up front is if y'all start rolling where you're from, then it completely eliminates the we're brothers thing, or like you could be kin still, right? But like it might have impact on if you're doing the whole roll to determine like where you're from thing. It might
I think in general with role-playing games, but particularly with Pendragon, trusting the dice. I feel like the dice have got a better sense of the story than I do. So maybe what I would like to do for me at least is I'm just going to roll, see how it ties into everything, and if it doesn't fit, then we can modify it. But I reckon that dice will give me something cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's my logic in it too. Yeah.
Scully, do you want to just roll to see where you're from as well?
Sure.
Or do you want to pick? So the options end up, it's basically Wales, England, North England, Cornwall, which is just more England, kind of, Brittany, and Aquitaine, on the mainland. So
Cornwall is more England. This guy.
I already hated off, like I just pissed off like everyone from England, I think, with that
Yeah,
comment.
that's true. Shit
More
summary.
England than England.
Yeah,
Good
Yeah.
job.
Yep, that's what I'm here for.
Idris is gonna have
I mean,
words.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and American for you, just so that it takes the heat off of you.
Yeah, there we go. Thanks, I appreciate that. Yeah. All right, let's dive in. So I set up a new table. Normally we start this rolling process on a table. I set it up in the getting started area of Discord for you guys.
Yep.
just loading Discord in a second window so I can check. There we go. Getting started. Yes, there it is. So I will just sort of repost this, or I'll pin it. Pin message. The message I just pinned is the table you'll be rolling on. You're just going to roll a d20, and that's going to determine. I will say, if you don't want to roll this, if you like, I really want to be from Cornwall. Cool. I'm okay with that.
If I was more familiar with the system, I'd be able to choose a location better, but yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what difference any of it makes or the political structure of any of it.
I can give you a quick overview if that's helpful.
That would actually be helpful. I'm an information junkie.
Okay. No, you're gonna love this. There's lots of like deep lore in this stuff. So
Yeah, I interrogate DMs on a regular basis, check them on their lore because I love playing political manipulators, and I need to know the politics to manipulate them. Goddamn words.
Get ready,
Yeah.
Bob.
Yeah.
Torture.
Okay. So the general short of this is, and I'm not going to go back too far, but effectively, like a century ago, Rome bailed on Britain. They removed their last legion. Britain asked for help, and Rome's like, no. And then Britain says, okay, we're no longer Roman then. Basically, that's the background. They got their first high king after like 5 years of strife that followed. That high king was Constantine. I think.
Constantine. Yeah, team.
Depending on where you're from, you might say that differently. And then he ended up having 3 kids. 2 of them are very, very important to this story, and we'll focus on them. That is Uther and Aurelius. Uther from Uther Pendragon, aka Arthur's dad in one of the storylines.
Right.
Aurelius Ambrosius was brother, who is High King, and the last High King in the era we're playing in. And he defeated a king actually from Cambria called Vortigern. So Vortigern has a legacy here, and Escavalon's actually part of that legacy. So that's a general, like, that's the 100 years makeup done in a quick brush. Now, part of England's whole history and part of this mythology is about keeping England, or Britain, I mean, we should call it that, free of invaders. So there are multiple invaders that threaten this land right now. We have the Irish from the west. We have the Saxons and other Germanic tribes from the east. We have the Picts from the north. The Saxons have actually started to put a real foothold on the east coast, basically in the area of Sussex, Kent, Essex, or East Saxon, and then old places called Nohat and Dira, which are like those are the areas that the Saxons have managed to put a foothold on. They're also, it's not really much of a spoiler, they're just settling Wessex at the start of this game. So the general culture options you have are, there's Cymric, which is, think of it like Celtic British, I guess, or Welsh is probably the most accurate, but the Cymric span across most of this island. They're kind of like the default knight in this. Most people are going to be Cymric. The next sort of runner-up would be Roman culture. So they're almost every major civitas or city, like London, where you guys are, Carline, Mellahut up here. They're all Roman culture. Cornwall sometimes is considered Cymric and sometimes not, depending on what setting and era. And then finally, there's the Saxons, who are mostly not playable, but there is this small little addition of Barrack Saxons, which are over here on the Saxon shore, or close to it. They're considered playable because they swore an oath to fight invaders long ago, and they kind of stay loyal to that the whole way through. So like if you want to be specifically Saxon, Barrack Saxon would be the only one that would probably make sense at the start of this game. That's over here. Then finally, there's picks, which are specifically some of the pre-Scottish folk to the north. There are Kimrics in the north. I think there are a little bit of Romans in the north. There's Irish in Dalriada in the north, which is Dalriada is like part of Northern Ireland, part of Scotland in the setting. And that's it. Yeah. So Picts, Saxons, Kimric, Roman, and did I miss something, guys? I guess Aquitaine on the mainland, which is Aquitaine is sort of like how would you
It's barbarian
got
France.
barbarian France?
Yeah, so the Aquitanians are descendants of the Visigoths, who, if you know history, had some complicated relationships with Rome. But so they came through, settled in south of France, hence Aquitaine. They have two kings. One is Lancelot, the other one is Theodoric, I think. And one is like the diplomat king, who's Lancelot, and the other one, not the Lancelot, but his namesake.
Okay.
And Theodoric is kind of like the warrior king, but they have this culture of, they're sort of a bit pre-chivalrous. They have romance and all these sorts of things part of it. And Brittany is, of course, just the same place as modern Brittany. I actually don't know the history of Brittany at this time, but Aquitaine is, barbarian. Sort of like noble barbarians of a certain sense.
Yeah, Brittany I know a little bit. Like Brittany had a lot of major linkages to. That's where Uther and Aurelius get displaced to when Vortigern sort of seizes the throne. They're shipped away to Brittany, and they end up coming back in full force, waging war on Vortigern, seizing both the island, and then another key note is there's lots of petty kings, lots of kings here. Aurelius in his lifetime was able to achieve the rank of High King, which is like a vote. Like there's an actual vote to get the High Kingship from the Supreme Collegiate. Uther was not voted in. Uther in his lifetime was not capable of appealing to folks enough to win the high throne. So he started about a campaign over the last 15 years of claiming it by force. He was a warlord. And somewhat successful until he let his horniness get in the way.
Fake news.
But yeah, exactly. No, he was a good king, and he got betrayed by
Right, by the Duke of Cornwall.
Yeah,
that bastard.
Exactly. There is actually in Book of Size, if you have access to it, quite a nice little history of each of the realms, just before you actually roll as well, if you're curious.
Yeah, so if you're a lore dump guy, you're going to be going through some of that Book of Sires anyways as we roll your character's history. So, but
I'll keep it open.
Okay. Now, with all that lore dump, that was quite a bit. Is there anything special you want to do, or do you want to just roll and see where the bones take you?
I think I can roll. I don't. Yeah, my kind of vague ideas of a character don't really contradict anything.
Perfect. I advise doing that unless there's like a strong, idea or a pitch where it doesn't work anyways. So.
Right.
Sorry. Just getting rid of those cards because they're annoying.
I like the lore dump.
Perfect.
Helping me understand the world a little bit.
So
there's more. Trust me.
I'm sure.
Yeah, and rather than lore dumping all, what we'll do is we'll get to really deep dive on the lore of your family over the last 100 years, because that's part of what we do next. So it sounds like everyone wants to roll. Why don't we get some D20s out and see where you all land?
You.
D20. I choose you.
1. Perfect. Auspicious beginnings. Puts me right where we want to be, though, which is great.
Against Cambria for Trent.
Oh, Cecil. We both rolled 1s.
I'm a 2.
2, another Cambrian.
Yep. All right.
1, 2. So we got 3 Cambrians, and Coach is gonna be from the Saxon Shore somewhere. Let's see
Cool.
if he lands at
Cool.
Barrack.
Yeah.
I mean that kind of fits a little, not really fits, but any exposure to this time period that I have is going to be the Saxon conflicts and the TV shows built around that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Saxons
yeah.
are pretty fun, and being
Was
a
it
Saxon this far from the coast is interesting too.
I
From the
agree.
West Coast.
It's like, yeah, I think
We'll see. We'll see
Like-
where you land in that.
the Uhtred, son of Uhtred,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
Shall I-
like.
You go.
Oh, that's after a lot of the. It's generations after. It's actually set in Wessex, which is just starting to form. And at this period, Wessex, most of the Saxons are not Christian at this point, which means they're a lot closer. The religion they have is closer. It's basically Norse. It's almost the same thing. It's
That's
called,
amazing. That's
Odin.
amazing. So
Yeah.
so in those the Uhtred stories, the Saxons were the Christians kicking out the Norse, and now and in this case, and their history comes from Norse. That's great. That's amazing.
Yeah. The Germanic tribes were very Norse, similar to Norse,
Right.
religion and culture. So, okay, let's. So that was the homelands. We got one from the Saxon Shore. This is another D20 roll for everybody to see what. Unless you want to choose from your table, you're welcome to choose if you want.
-14. Odovices. Whatever that means.
This table at,
Pagan.
so I can look at it.
What page? Where's the table at?
Page 11.
This is in Book of Sires. If
Yeah.
you're
Okay.
following.
I've got it open.
Um,
Not sure which page.
the page is 9 in the not the PDF page, but the actual page is 9
Yeah. Yeah.
for Saxon Shore.
Okay.
11 for table 1.6 is Cambria. If you-
Yeah, for Cambria. Okay. All right.
Cambria is on page 11 of the actual book.
Cool. Odovices. So that makes me Kimric Pagan, which is fun. Homeland.
Odovices.
That's my
Oh,
tribe.
where is that?
Gomoret. Gomoret is the land. Odovices is the tribe. Or
Oh,
Odovices.
okay.
I guess that would be a Roman name, so it'd be Ordovakis? Ordovakis? I'm not really sure how.
That's right. They're the ones that they're given land by Vortigern, if I remember correctly. That land was previously the tribe that was in Cameliards.
Okay.
was given.
So where it says culture, religion, what are the?
Okay. What did you roll? Or are you choosing?
I'm just looking at it, trying to understand the table a little bit. I'm wanting to know what the.
Yeah. So the culture religion, C is Kimric, R is Roman. Sorry, let me just pull up in the Saxon Shore.
And then they got BC and RC.
BC is British Christian, RC is Roman Christian. So British Christian culture is really based around the Holy Grail. They believe that the Grail was brought to the island by Joseph of Arimathea. There's a number of other details that are described a few pages back in the book about them. Roman Christian, I think the best analogy to that is Catholic, early Roman Catholic.
Okay, so.
Oh, I get cool religious traits: lustful, energetic, generous, honest, proud.
And was that from Pagan?
Pagan, yeah.
That's what I was looking for. Is like, are any of these guys pagan? Because God, I hate religion.
In real life, or
Oh yeah, in real life, I have the religious trauma background selected for my character, IRL.
it seems to be pretty popular in the US.
So what we could do, if you want to stay away from that, is we could shift you to like the Midlands, which has some pagan, or the South Shores, which have pagan, if you want, Scully.
Oh, and you'd be Saxon pagan too, which is What's that? Huh?
I'm okay with. Okay, yeah, I see some
I mean,
of them that are like
you can be of that religion and not be religious, though. You know, like you can.
Very
do that.
true.
You can
Yeah.
do that.
It is.
Like I said, I can play just anything out any way that I need to. Yeah.
Yeah, go with what you want to play though. You know. Like,
Yeah.
Alright. I think I would naturally fit better into pagan, especially with the type of character I have in mind.
okay. So the what you want to kind of iron out is, do you want to be pagan like a Celtic pagan, or would you rather be more like the Saxon concept? I think would be the other one.
And see, what do you think the difference would be there in that culture?
So British pagan, think of what we typically think of when we talk about
Druids.
like
and stuff.
paganism in general. Yeah, druids, bards, all that stuff. Again, the Saxon pagans more like Norse, basically. They don't worship Odin, they worship Woden. It's like literally, yeah,
Different guy. Still
yeah,
has one.
totally. Yeah, it's almost identical from what I saw. So I'm sure
Right.
someone will school me on that if this gets popular enough.
Actually,
That
Bob.
sounds.
Actually,
Robert.
And where is the Saxon
Yeah.
Saxon shore on the map? Is closer to this area, right?
yeah. So Saxon Shore is everywhere from here. Technically this is called the Saxon Shore, but that's just because this has been settled a long time. And then London in the middle is still held by Logris, which is the kind of the main kingdom of Cymric. It's Uther's old kingdom. Now in Anarchy.
Like Anarchy. Yeah, I'm okay with the. And you said London's in Anarchy?
No, London's held by Cymric right now. It is a Roman civitas, so Roman Christian I think is still. If you want to be from London in the Saxon Shore, I think it's basic. It's Roman Christian.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, it is. I don't know.
If you want to be Saxon, there's Barrack Saxon in the South Counties table, which is 2 pages down, and that's the one where you get to be Barrack British Christian or Barrack Wodanic.
Bodanic?
Wodanic.
Oh, Woden. Oh, so like Woden.
Being Irish be useful?
Huh?
Oh, what happened with cameras?
I don't know.
I'm still
Something happened.
here.
Something happened.
Or something happened to the stream's cameras.
Did somebody
Yeah,
drop?
Scully.
Yeah.
Scully, Oh,
Do I need to turn it off and back on?
no. I'm just trying to figure out why. It looks good on Discord.
All right.
And then you're like stretch across 1 million cameras here for some reason. Hold on. There we go. Whatever that was, it's fixed. Really.
Okay. Oh.
Feature. That was some pagan nonsense.
Yeah.
Cool. So if
Do I
anybody
want
else
to
has
be
book of
Irish,
sides,
though?
Cambria starts on page 69 of the actual book. No, sorry, 68 of the
For events.
events start on 70, but the history starts on 68 if you're interested. While we're
I'm just curious about the starting tribe, Solarians or something.
I think
Iliad?
it's yeah, that'll
It's Vortigern. Or it's actually
Okay.
local to Escavalon, isn't it? Is that where you rolled, Drax?
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, yep.
Yep.
6. So yeah.
So you're gonna be the local out of the group.
Yeah.
What about you, Bert? What did you roll?
What's up?
What's that?
What's up?
What did
did
you
you ask?
roll for? What starting tribe and homeland stuff for your
I rolled the Irish.
Sweet.
Estragales?
gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Just a bit of luck on my side.
Gomer.
Oh man.
I'm gonna have to
so
get
what
with
is
you
that
around
about,
some
right?
certain plots right now.
As long as you don't make fun of it, I think I can do this a little bit. just a wee bit.
That's perfect. Just needs to be enough. Just get the idea out there. You're good.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about my Welsh accent as well. Okay, so I'm in Gomerot, which is called the northwest there. So we have somebody from Gomerot, we have Estragales, we have Saxon. Who is our?
Alright, so you said so the religion you are gives you different religious bonuses to your stats.
Yes, correct.
If you
Interesting.
are religious enough.
Huh?
If you
It's
are
more to your it's more to your traits that you get automatically, and then there's a virtue there. Like if you're super religious, you can get a religious bonus, but the key is your traits will drastically change based on what religion you are.
Right. So I can simply come from an area and just play it out like I'm disenchanted with it.
You
Perfectly.
most certainly can.
yeah, so good.
Estragales is
And deal with whatever consequences to the numbers that draws. I think I like that.
Yeah, I think this game is best played. I mean, mechanically, kind of forces you to play your character, by which I mean your personality, much more so than your skills and trait. It's got a very different feeling to other games. Really, if you
Right.
just wait until you roll your traits, then you have an idea of who your character is, and you just play it straight, and the game is better. And you let the dice determine shit, and you will die or not, and everything is good. It's very
And feasts are awesome.
very role playing. Yeah, very role playing.
Alright.
Yeah, like
do you want to just
Then
do you want to just roll on Saxon Shore and see what you end up with then?
I'll do it.
Randomly? Or do you
Yeah, I rolled. I got 11.
Roman city of Colchester?
Yeah, will be conquered during the Uhtred period.
Yep. Oh, that's interesting. You could have been displaced, and that's why you're over here. That would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's gonna be conquered during the Uhtred period. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, and this is
And that also gives reasons for being disenchanted with the religious system.
It does.
just staying in it. It's perfect. I love it.
I'm trying not to lose it because I swear if I start losing it, people start making fun of me, and I'm just gonna quit.
Yeah, understandable. Do you want me to do my Welsh accent for support? We can work
I mean,
together.
if you want to, you can. I'm not gonna force anybody to do an accent though.
All right.
I'm worried that because I'm hearing your accent, I'm just going to copy your accent, even though it's the wrong one.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And do I record all this stuff somewheres?
I got you. So I'm doing that. So Roman Christian, right?
Yeah.
Almost
11 says
almost every civitas.
yeah, the city of Colchester. Colchester. Okay, what do I do next?
All right. So here's what I'm thinking. Why don't we go? I think it'd be fun to do this kind of. Do we want to build your traits out first, guys, or do we want to do the backgrounds first, the histories first?
We can most certainly do the. Ooh, that's a good question.
I usually favor the background story stuff first because it
Yeah.
alters your character.
Let's do that. Maybe what I'll do is, since Trent, you know this book well, do you want to guide those three through Cambria, and I'll guide Scully through? We'll just do it year by year, and
Yeah.
I'll do.
Yep.
Okay.
All right,
Sounds
what
good.
page am I going to, Bob?
Tell you in 1 second. I think page 160 is the starting point, but that's not the PDF. So give me 1 second.
If you guys don't have a place to put this stuff already, do we have one? Character, holdings, bio. I'm just using an Excel spreadsheet to start with.
What page does the
Kimrick?
Kenrick timeline start on?
Cambrian, we are going to Book of Size, page 69, 68. 70 is going to be our first actual roll.
Okay, thank you.
Scully, page 163 of the PDF, or sorry, 169 in the PDF, 163 in the book will be the start of the years that you're rolling for.
All right, I'm there.
All right. So we start in 439 for everybody, right?
Yes. Should we just for logistics purposes, if you have a character sheet in Roll20, there is a character history section under character sheet holdings. I'm just going to put my stuff straight into an Excel spreadsheet to start with and then upload it all later.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so you put it all in character history under that eventually. Okay.
Yeah, and I'll just transfer it across.
Yeah, I'll just do that after. I'll just jot it down in my notes for right now.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, you guys are welcome to just do it in loose notes or whatever way you want. We do have a recording, so I'm probably going to go through everything anyways eventually.
Yeah.
And just iron this out. But
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So how do you want to do this practically, Bob? Obviously, we're going to be talking.
I think it'd be fun. Like, there might not be a ton of time, but it'd be fun to kind of for the first few years, let's kind of give the two perspectives and get the roles from everybody at the same time. So if you want to kick yours off for year 439, then I'll do mine.
Perfect.
For Scully.
Everybody roll, or at least all the Cambrians. Everyone roll a d20. This is going to be for the event of the first year. I got a 3. This is for your
Scully, you don't have to yet.
grandfather's history.
Yep.
Cool. So the event for the year is it's 439. Currently, our king is Triffin. He has just defeated his brother to claim the kingdom. An army of invading Irish has landed at the mouth of the River Severn. King Constantine brings his army of professionals, musters the local armed forces, and engages the Irish in battle. King Vortigern joins the king by bringing his forces. The Irish of Estragos are looked upon with suspicion. If you are none of those tribes are relevant, we have a 3, an 8, and an 18. So the 3 and 8, garrison duty, nothing significant. The 18, you
No.
fought.
The
Sorry, 8. Yes, 8 and 18, you fought at the Battle of Carleon. Roll a d6 to how much glory your grandfather got, and multiply it by 30. And then once you've done that, roll a d20 for the battle survival, and then a d20 again for the passion.
No, that didn't work at all.
That's fine. So that's
Yeah.
180 glory.
Yeah, I just wanted to see if it would auto-calc, but it would.
Yeah.
The formatting, right?
You're good.
Yeah.
So
So 180.
Cormac, could you roll a d6 and a d20 and a d20? And Drax, just 2 more d20s. The first one will be for the battle itself. The second one will be for the passion.
Okay.
$13, you survived, nothing special.
This is for my grandfather.
Correct, yep.
oh, I rolled a
Passion 1.
Passion 1, no passion gained. You
No
don't hate-
passion.
Grandfather doesn't hate the Irish. But you fought
Okay.
well, survived the battle.
Sweet.
We need-
All right, that's cool.
Who is
So.
Cormac? That must be Bert.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought I rolled a 3.
No, I rolled a 3. You rolled an 8. Yep.
Yep.
Um, 30 times 1d6. I'm guessing that I don't know how the numbers worked out, but I'm guessing you rolled a 1. That's fine. 30 glory, and
I think so.
just roll a 1d6, and you can multiply it by 30 yourself, or I can do it.
All right.
3.
So 90.
90, perfect. And then a d20 and another d20. Or you can just roll 2 d20, and I'll take the first one that comes out. So 9, you survived, nothing fancy, and the passion is an 11, no passion. Cool. So both your grandfathers fought in a battle, having been mustered by the king. The various kings survived the battle, fighting well. 439 complete.
All right. So 439 on this side. Throughout the years, pirates harass shipping lanes, landing by night to raid coastal settlements. Finally, a large band lands at the mouth of the River Thames. King Constantine is busy elsewhere and cannot combat them as they pillage the area right up to the walls of London. Portions of the countryside are properly defended. You have no bonus because this is just Chimeric traps from the look of it. Sorry, have no modifier. I shouldn't say bonus. So, Scully, you're just going to roll a flat d20. This is kind of reviewing your character's lineage, their history, like what happened to their great-grandfather, is it? At the start, I think?
Grandfather, I think it was.
Grandfather, yeah.
I rolled a 2.
Okay. Garrison, but no action, so 0 glory. Okay. So that brings us to the year 440.
Perfect. In 440 in Cambria, King Constantine is murdered by one of his own guards, an Atrebates knight. The entire kingdom is thrown into disorder. King Clotrius dies, leaving his kingdom to Estragales. The Irish of Estragales take over Domitia and launch raids against Ordovices and the Saluris, tribes. Cornovia and Denkegali use the chaos to raid their neighbors too. None of you had grandfathers in King Vortigern's bodyguard, so we're all rolling a d20 for the Cambrians. Ooh. We have a tie in our history. And a 4. The Drax
Garrison
guaranteed
duty.
duty for
Yep.
the both of us, for Cormac and my guy, present at court when Constantine was murdered. Happened to notice a picked visitor hurriedly leaving the orchard where the king was walking just before the cry, "He has slain our king!" went up. Rushed forward, sword drawn, where a small skirmish broke out. The blame fell on an Atrebates knight who is now dead. No one will hear his ancestors' testimony. The king is dead. We don't have a trait roll. That's just some story. There's nothing associated with that event apart from knowing that a Pict was there. We saw a Pict flee. Yeah.
There we go. In other news, no, it's the same news, but from a different perspective. During this year, King Constantine is murdered by his own guards. The entire kingdom is thrown into disorder. Along the coast, raiders continue to harass shipping lanes or shipping in frequency. So you're gonna roll another d20 here, Scully.
Oof.
1 died.
Owned.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oof. Wow.
Table 111. So
Oof. Damn, that fast.
Been
that's
there,
the nice
done
work in
that.
this game.
let's see cause of death. Give me a d6 roll, Scully.
5.
Natural causes.
Oh, come
Oh,
on.
Boring.
Come on.
he died of gout or something.
Yeah, I'll give a reroll. It's not interesting. Yeah.
That's not
You
it.
went out to a
6.
unknown causes. Just never came home.
It's slightly more interesting.
That's a
Well,
lot
I mean,
more
that leaves some.
interesting.
Yeah, that leaves some openings for some stuff. Yeah.
That leaves some GM fiat there, which is
Yeah, we
Speaking
do.
of Fiat.
I can play off that.
At some point, presumably, our grandfathers have to get married. When do you want to do that? Because we get more glory for them when that happens. 5d6 plus 10 times 10.
There's.
Well, Scully's better have gotten married already.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe you got married, had a kid, and then fled.
Yeah.
Do you want to just do it now or for the previous year or something?
Let's do it for the previous year.
Yeah, cool.
So 440 or
Yeah,
430.
430.
And you also got
439.
knighted, so your grandfather would have got 1,000 glory for being knighted. And
I am.
marriage glory, roll 5d6 plus 10, and then multiply
Everybody.
that by 10. This is everybody, yeah.
Is that for 439 then?
Yeah. Either.
All of.
Okay.
All of them.
Yeah. Yes, everyone's father.
Yeah, you can. No, you can too, Scully. Yeah,
Oh, what am I rolling?
5d6 and then plus 10.
5d6. And what is this for?
The
This
glory.
is for like glory from your grandfather's marriage with a lady.
Somebody. Look at that roll, Cormac. So then multiply
Yeah.
that number by
Like
10.
I said, just a bit of luck.
Yeah. Multiply that number by 10, that's how much glory your grandfather got. But he also would have been knighted in the same year. So regardless of what happened in 439, your grandfather got 1,000 glory plus that number times 10. So for mine, 1,280 total.
I've got a total of 150.
150. You got 1,000 for being knighted to, or your grandfather had 1,000 for being.
My
to
grandfather got. I
441
thought my
number.
grandfather just died.
Before he died.
Before,
So,
yeah.
or else your lineage would end. So we backpedaled and made it. In the year 439, he got married. Presumably had a son and then died. So
On the plus side, this speeds things up for the next 20 or so years until his father is born, so we can ignore his history for a while and just focus on
all
our
right.
Yeah, I'm getting no traits to railroad. Okay. So the unknown
25.
in the unknown causes area, you just threw in a knighted.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, 439, you can put it as an event in 439. Your grandfather got knighted and got married. So.
Cool. I like it.
I'll post in Discord how I'm recording it just so you can see it. I actually have an Excel spreadsheet if people want to use it as well. Let's go here. This is how I'm recording my glory and stuff, and then in the Excel spreadsheet at the bottom, I'm just totaling the glory. Anyway, blah blah blah. 441. I suppose, Bob, do you want to keep running it now just for Cambria since the Saxon is dead? Or
So what was my
That
total
maybe-
at 25? Sorry.
Glory for Garen's father's marriage. Oh, that's the other one. Who was that speaking? That was Bob's.
Drax. Yeah, I did 25 for my roll, so.
Oh yeah,
was-
okay, cool.
Was it plus 10 or times 10?
Times. So yeah, 5d6 plus 10, and then that whole number times 10.
Okay, so 250 and then 1,000 on top of that.
Yeah. Oh, Scully, you didn't add 10 either, so you're actually 1,250 total glory.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Sweet. Not bad.
There we go.
Take 1250.
All right.
All right, that's cool.
So before we get too far down this, I was just
Right.
flipping back through the book, and I noticed that they have some proposed years for when these events took place. Do we want to adopt these? It'd be 413. Your grandfather was born. Grandfather has the 21st birthday at 434, and grandfather marries and starts gaining yearly events at 435. So I'm wondering if
We don't have a
we want
435.
the value of that is that Scully will be able to roll earlier, like his.
Oh, sure.
you
Yeah,
know.
whatever you like. Yeah.
Right,
Or we can
yeah,
just adopt
that's
that
cool.
for him. Just adopt that for him and say that our knight's grandfather's got knighted.
Sure. Yeah. You pick whatever year your father's born. I think.
Yeah,
For
okay.
Scully, we'll make it. I think Scully will make your father born in 434 because it means that you'll be able to start rolling again earlier. If that makes sense.
Sure.
Yeah.
So they got about another 15 years before I'm rolling again.
Yeah. Correct.
All right.
And I'll have
I
my
am
father be
going
born in 460.
earlier before I started moving my setup. I put bread on a plate to make a sandwich, and 2.5 hours later, I am still sitting here with no sandwich because ADHD is that cool. So I'll be right back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
So we
My
have to
father
set the
born
year
this year.
for the father's birth too.
When
You're,
your father's
you're welcome
born.
to use it.
So
I'm just curious when it should be.
For the sake of simplicity, I'm saying that my father was born on the first year, so he was in 439. My grandfather was knighted, married, and had a child, which was my father, and then that would make him being knighted at 460, which means in 460 my father is going to start rolling events.
I'll just go that too. Yep.
Yeah, it's just straightforward that way.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I can run the next bit. So we're into 441, right?
Correct.
Okay, so 441. So wait, when does Scully? Just so I can track that. Scully will 434 plus 21, right? 455. Scully will start rolling again. So 441. Am I in the right area?
Correct. We should be on page 71 of the book.
Ooh, okay. No, I'm not in the right area. That didn't. Or 41.
You got it.
Yeah, if you want to launch this one, I'll take over at 442.
Sure. King Vortigern has travelled to London. While there, he summons Prince Constantine's eldest son, who was the previous king who was killed, from the monastery. They discuss the situation, and Constans reluctantly agrees to his uncle's demand that he take the crown and is elected as the king of Logres. The Supreme Collegium, who votes for the High King, receives a summons to convene to select a new High King, but due to intertribal raiding and feuding, they are not able to gather this year. King Vortigern then returns home to settle the matters in Cambria. He summons his warriors and manages to get the Dekiangli and the Cornovii to join him as well, restoring order. He then marches with his army to Estragales and asks that King Tryphon of Estragales pay reparations for the unwarranted raids. Faced with the large army of Cambrians, the King of Estragales submits to this ultimatum. D20s for everybody who's alive. $19. We have no modifiers. My grandfather was garrison duty. 19 was with Vortigern when he travelled to London, witnessed a discussion between Constans and Vortigern. When Constans agreed to become king, attended the coronation. You gained 30 glory. You're also with Vortigern when his army marched to Estragales and saw the king's diplomacy in action. So you gain 50 glory in total. And Drax, I'm pretty sure, was yours. Oops, wrong book.
Fought off some raids or something.
There you go. Yeah, fought off enemy raids and raided them in return for 20 glory. My grandfather did fuck all. So far, my grandfather has gotten no glory apart from marrying a lady. Killing it.
Get busy, Grandpa.
Yep.
My grandpa just
442,
died.
give up?
My grandpa just died as early as he could.
Yeah,
Yep.
pretty much.
I'm talking away. Should I jump into 442?
If you want to, yeah, happy.
Okay, the Supreme Collegium meets. Among the contenders is the King of Brigantes. Many think he would make a strong warrior king, but Honey-Tongued Vortigern debates the strength of arms versus the strength of words, as proven just last year in Estragales. And so, at the urging of Vortigern, the Supreme Collegium chooses Constans as the High King. Constans is a young, bookish type. Learned in laws and customs, but not in governing. Thus, he relies on his uncle, good old King Vortigern, for advice. Some minor intertribal raids continue in Cambria, but that is normal life, apparently, says the book. So the Ordovices and Nacilius are +5 for this D20 roll, so D20 +5. And we didn't have anyone who's King Vortigern's bodyguard, so everyone else just rolls a flat D20.
21 for me.
Woo! Okay, so for Trent, attended the crowning of High King Constans, gained 50 glory. Also was present when Vortigern recommended that Constans surround himself with the forces of Pictish bodyguards that Vortigern could arrange for him, since there might be other madmen looking to murder High King. Constans thanked his uncle for his thoughtfulness and asked Vortigern to see to it. Okay, so that was Trent.
Yep.
17 is attended the crowning of High King Constans, gained 50 glory. And that was for Cormac and Draximus.
Yes.
Draximus.
I haven't put a name yet. That's temporary.
Yeah. I'll continue with 443 if we're cool with that. Young King Constans is murdered by his Pictish bodyguards. King Vortigern executes the murderers immediately. The noble of Logres hastily assemble at London. After much debate, Vortigern is selected to be the next king of Logres. Due to his new duties, he makes Vortimer his son, the king of Cilliers, and Cadogan, his son, the king of Ordovices.
No.
The younger brother of King Constans disappear, presumably killed. Later, it's found out. Spoiler warning: Uther and Aurelius are not killed yet. So, all right. So, roll for a passion, no matter whether you live or die, as hatred for the Picts murdering your king is still fresh.
Roll that first.
At everybody?
No one had Vortigern's bodyguard. Not you yet, Scully.
Right.
We're not quite there yet.
Roll for the event.
Everyone else? Yeah.
Event first.
So
First?
D20 first for the event.
5.
Oh, for the event first.
Sweet, sweet garrison duty. Love it.
Yeah. Garrison duty, survive tribal raiding, gain 10 glory. That's for Trent. For Cormac, we have garrison duty, survival tribal raiding, gain 10 glory. And for Drax, garrison duty. So everyone got garrison duty that time through. And you get to roll a d20 for passion now, all three of you. Let's see if you all hate the Picts. If you get 11 or above, you hate the Picts and roll 3d6.
Oh.
15.
Well, I hate them to a 12ness. Hate Picts.
About to say, what was the 3d6 to see how much you hate them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't have to do that yet.
Oh, yeah. I was just...
Actually, you could technically, like you have a father that's growing, so I would support if you want to hate Picts, you could.
if you want
Not a
to hate pigs, you could.
And so the
You
racism
can hate
begins.
Picts if you want to. You can hate them all day long.
I did not get a passion for hate picks.
It's probably a good thing. They're nice people.
And the quote is, "You have to be a fool to trust a Pict." Okay, so that was 443. Oh, there's a table B, but we get to ignore that because no one was Vortigern's bodyguard. Okay, so 444. The Picts and the Brigantes stage a massive invasion of Logres, and their armies occupy much of Linden, Lozenep, Lambor, and bands of the raiders penetrating all the way to Glevum. So that's like on the map. That's way up here.
Oh,
All
a
the
quick
way
question.
to
Do,
here.
before we go there, do we need to the text underneath 433b? Is there? Do we need to decide if we think our grandfathers think that Vortigern was the murderer of Constance, or is that only if you were a bodyguard?
A really good question. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be a decision for everybody, decision here. So,
Okay.
Where is that city?
So you have to, all three of you have to decide if your character's grandfather thinks that Vortigern is behind the murder of the High King Constans and what he'll do about it. Will he denounce Vortigern, his own liege lord, as the culprit? Will he become disillusioned but keep his mouth shut?
No.
Will he decide that Vortigern will be a better king anyways and stay loyal to the end?
At this point, denouncing moves you to Brittany. Sorry, your father grew up in Brittany. Yes, and disillusioned means you are no longer a bodyguard and you become a dissident in 450 if you survive that long. Loyal to the end means you can choose a single result in any future event. Tricky one. I'm just going to roll. I don't know what my grandfather was like at this point. He hasn't really done much.
Yeah.
He was at the court when Constantine was murdered, and he saw a Pict. You know what? I think because my grandfather saw a Pict fleeing the killing of Constantine, and then he just saw Pictish bodyguards kill Constans, and they were assigned by Vortigern. I think that my father is certainly not loyal to the end. I think he's either disillusioned or denounced. Sorry, my grandfather. I think I'm going to roll the dice. A D2. 1 is going to be he's denouncing him, and 2 is he's disillusioned.
What
1.
city was I from again?
Denounce. My grandfather denounces Vortigern as a murderer.
Was it Colchester? It was Colchester, right?
Right,
Where
right.
Scully was from.
That sounds right. I'm trying to find it on the map, but I just need to remember.
My grandfather would be disillusioned.
My
What
grand
about Drax?
Call. I mean, so far, my character's grandfather has been fighting off raids nonstop since the start, outside of the one garrison duty. And he has no like personal experience with any Pictish stuff, so
So loyal to
I'm
the
gonna
end,
go.
kind of thing.
I'm gonna go loyal to the end. Yeah.
My
Mine's
grandfather gets
dead.
murdered.
Yeah.
Yeah. My grandfather gets murdered by unknown assailants. My grandfather guesses that Vortigern is behind the assassination to silence my grandfather. She takes the children, my father, with her and escapes to Brittany, making sure that the father grows up hearing who is behind his father's murder and why. My father grows to manhood in Brittany, start rolling from the year he becomes 21, and gains hate Vortigern at 3d6 plus 6. I shall roll that now. Well, my grandfather died. 16. Famously hates Vortigern.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Which is interesting because it's like Vortigern's long gone by the time your character comes to the mix. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay, year 444. This means you're gonna have to roll on a separate table yourself. Right?
No, my grandfather died. He got murdered for denouncing Constantine, for denouncing Vortigern.
Oh right, so you're on pause like Scully right now.
Correct.
Right.
Yep.
Maybe you can help me find Colchester.
Yeah.
Also, that loyal to the end lets me select a single result in a future event, just for people that are watching the stream or whatever. So it says, anyways.
Must be nice. Let me roll this.
Could be.
All right, so
16.
the next
Oh, sorry.
444, the Picts and Brigantes stage a massive invasion of Logris, with their armies occupying much of Linden, Lozenap, Lambor, and bands of... Wait, didn't we just go through that? No, that's right, we backed
No.
up. And bands of raiders penetrating all the way to Glevum, where King Vortigern is basing his court. Numerous skirmishes result between the invading raiders and the defenders as the tribes defend their homes. In Cambria, the Irish of Estergales grow bolder and start raiding their neighbors again. Picts raid into I don't know how to say that. Dickangly, and Cornovii lands too. So D20 for you two. Two remaining folk.
Rolled a 16.
17.
Okay, both of you fought in numerous skirmishes with the raiders. You both gained 20 glory.
Okay, cool.
Short years, so year 445. The Pictish raid deeper into Logris, increasing in intensity, as do the Irish raids in Cambria. King Vortigern orders his armies to muster, but most do not answer the call, staying at home to defend their families against the raiders. Or at least, that's their excuse. King Vortigern scolds the nobles of Logris to no avail. He also summons their Supreme Council, which sends replies that they're unavailable as the country is so dangerous. Needing more troops to fight the Picts, King Vortigern sends emissaries to the continent to try to hire mercenaries, selecting some of the bodyguards to go to. So if you're gonna roll a d20. If you're Ciliars or Odovicis, you get a +1 of this. No one is Vortigern's bodyguard, so +1 is it's either a +1 or a 0 for everybody, or for Drax and Bert.
Alright. I got a 4.
Or garrison duty,
Me
defended
too.
well, gained 20 glory.
Yep,
Both
same.
garrison duty, defended well. All right, year 446. Vortigern sends Vortimer and Cadogan with their Cambrian tribesmen to attack the Pictish raiders in western Logris. Hengist, Saxon, arrives at the shores of Britain with many warriors. Vortigern brings his army to Logris. Aquitanians meet, and Hengist pledges his sword arm to Vortigern. The Cambrians push back the Picts to Lincoln, where Vortigern, leading the combined army of Logris, reinforced by Saxon mercenaries, crushes the Picts and Brigantes in great victory. The invaders flee back to the Humber River. However, while the warriors have been away, the Estragale's Irish have used the opportunity to raid deep into the Cambrian homelands. So with this, flat d20 roll for both of you.
Five.
The person roll. 5 is garrison duty. Defend well against the Irish raiders. Gain 20 glory. The person rolled 9, which is Bert. Join forces with Vortimer and Catacurn to liberate the Midlands from the Picts. You gain 15 times 1d6 glory.
Alright, that is.
No one fought at the Battle of Lincoln.
My
So
grandpa.
that's
15.
40. What was that? That's 15 glory. 447, the Supreme Collegium meets, and as a result of the impressive victory in the preceding year, elects Vortigern as the High King. So Vortigern gets the High Kingship. Vortimer and Catagurn lead the Cambrian War against the Irish in Cambria. I'm going to try to not read these verbatim just to make it a little easier. Prelate from the Pope. This is where Saint Germanus comes into Britain, condemns and combats British Christianity. This is like Roman Christians having beef with British Christians. He heals the crippled leg of the son of Elafius, Praetor of Winchester. So we're gonna get a D20 roll from Bert and Drax, +5 for the Ciliers and Ordovices, which I think Drax is Ciliers, right?
I am. Yes. Okay.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
this is where my grandfather dies.
Yep. Do you want to roll a D6 on that table? Okay, Drax. 5 was the whole died of old age, or like natural causes. Submit a reroll if you want. Drax, you fought at the battle of your grandfather fought at the battle of Estragales. Roll on the table below.
All right. See if there's anything extra.
Oh, good call. Doesn't look like there's any bonuses to this one.
Nope, just checking. So I'll roll my 1d20 for the result of my grandfather, and then I have to do the Battle of Estragale's glory check or something, I guess, too?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that was at a +5 again. Take that off as an 18. So he
18
survived.
total. He survived, and then you can roll
Yeah.
a d6.
Okay.
Or 15 times d6, whatever you want to do.
Okay.
So you get 30. Wait, hold on, that didn't work. I rolled 90.
90 glory.
Yeah, 90 glory.
Okay.
And let's see if it forces you.
It says roll on trait 447. So I can gain a possible trait.
Yep.
Okay. And that's a flat one.
Yeah. it's a flat
D20.
one.
Yeah, let me correct that then. $15. Gain directed
15
trait.
gain directed trait, trusting Vortimer.
Okay. I will mark that. At
That makes
1
sense.
plus 1d6. Okay. Add a 2.
That's interesting because Nanteleod is the grandson of Vortimer. So that's
Cool.
going to play out.
This is why I let the dice play the game, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 448. So we just got you now, Drax, right?
Yeah.
He's still alive and kicking, yeah.
Nothing like flies.
Cambrai is at peace. Estergales has been reduced to a non-threat. King Vortigern spares his own army using Saxons to defeat. This is where Vortigern starts to use the Saxons against the Kimbrick, and they're not cool with that. It's one thing to use them against the Picts, but now he's starting to use them against his own threats. More Saxons arrive in Logris, invited by Vortigern, including Hengist's beautiful daughter Rowena. Give me a D20 roll.
That's for 448.
Yep.
7.
All right. 7. Rated successfully. Gain 10 glory.
Okay.
So 449, the Cambrians continue their peaceful existence, which means raiding one another for sport to stay in shape. There's some worrying news from the court of Logris. Saxon King Hengist is high in favor, with his daughter Rowena attending personally to Vortigern. So people start to get uneasy about this. Their mothers, so Vortigern's sons, their mother Severa is still Vortigern's wife. So the people are kind of like, it's a scandal, right? More Saxons are arriving daily to help reinforce the Saxons. People are worried about that. This is at this time on the continent. The Huns are the new foe. So the Huns have arrived. Not in England though. They're defeating the German tribes right and left. Let's go ahead and roll a d20 roll.
All right. A 2. Nothing significant.
Nothing significant. Okay. No passion there. 450. Vortigern, impressed with the battle prowess of the Saxons and even with the talents of Rowena, the daughter of the Saxon chief Hengist, his wife Severa, and so he basically repudiates his wife Severa and marries Rowena. So he ditches Severa, marries Rowena. So he ditches his wife to marry a Saxon. Hengist ends up receiving half the lands of the Canti, so they kick out one of the Cymric tribes on the Saxon shore, and that becomes Kent. So that's where Kent takes place. High King Vortigern has him arrested and swiftly executed for high treason. This is the protester of the Canti. He's like, hey, this is bullshit. He's like, oh yeah? Treason, you're dead.
Fun times.
The tyrannical action caused, like, obviously this doesn't sit well with people. Vortigern's sons Vortimer and Cadogan take their father's actions in very poor light. So they travel to court with their escort of warriors and try to talk sense into their father. The wedding goes on regardless. Many Ordovices and Silliers follow the example of their kings. Severo is well loved. So your king right now is Vortimer, Drax. He's not taking this. This will not abide, man. So you get to roll a d20.
All right.
Let's see what happens.
14. Nothing.
Attend the wedding of Vortigern and Rowena. Gain 25 glory. Or 14, hold on.
Nothing. Yeah, no, I missed. Yeah, my dude didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
He's getting lazy.
And is there a condition on that hate Saxons? Or do you just get to take it for free?
It's gotta be. And just taking some bit.
Okay, so something you get a choice right now. If your grandfather still lives at this point and is not a loyalist, but you decided to be a loyalist.
He is. Yeah, he is a loyalist.
Okay.
Yep.
Interesting. That puts you in an awkward position, given your Silliers.
Yeah. So he may become neutral again due to his misgivings about where the situation's headed.
So I don't think you're gonna gain that hate Saxons if you're a loyalist. I don't think that makes sense.
No, I don't think so.
All right, so 451. There's news from the Huns, led by Attila. They invade Gaul to pillage and plunder. The Cambrians have problems closer to home, however. Irish High King Logair launches a massive invasion into northwestern Cambria. And a son of Vortigern named Cerdic is born to Vortigern and Rowena. Estergales of South. Okay, so then there's a coordinated attack from the Estergales to the southern Cambria. So the Silurian defenders are severely outnumbered. With that in mind, Drax is a flat D20 for this one.
Okay.
Despite all your loyalty, still not made a bodyguard.
Yeah.
That's what you
15.
get for bodyguard, hey?
Yeah, I know. Fought in the battle.
On the Battle of Bangor.
Mm-hmm. Or
Did you choose?
Carmarthen.
Oh, okay.
As Silius. Carmarthen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go to the Battle of Carmarthen. There isn't a battle. What the hell? There it is.
Same roll.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, roll a d20. Jax, you can roll a d20. Perfect.
18.
You survived. Roll a d6 for the glory. $30 glory.
Okay.
Okay, so 452, the Cambrian tribes are reeling under the Irish onslaught. Just looking what's important here. The dissatisfied nobles from the eastern tribes, especially the Canti, visit Vortimer and Cadogan. However, busy as they are with the Irish, neither Vortimer nor Cadogan are interested in getting involved in Logris basically trying to organize a rebellion. So you're rolling a d20 plus 1 here, Drax, because you're from Silius.
Okay.
Oh, we lost Bert.
That actually only applies to Dissident, it looks like.
Yeah, Dissident.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So mine's flat still again. Yeah. That's 452. A 4.
4.
He survived.
Garrison duty, right? Am I reading the right
Yep.
one?
Correct.
Yep.
Gain 10 glory.
Rather boring life.
It's probably a good battle to avoid. There's a 20% chance of dying. Oh, 30. Sorry.
Alright.
15.
Okay, so swallowing their pride in 453, Vortimer and Cadogan send messages to Vortigern asking for warriors against the Irish. Vortigern sends some Kimri warriors, claiming that he is unable to send more due to Saxons being still busy against the Picts. But it's clear that this is just a fraction of the army that Vortigern could lead. So they're kind of ditched by their own dad. Kind of pissed off
That's
about that.
lovely. Yeah, that could cause some angst.
Rumor has it that the Irish fleet was engaged and defeated on the seas between Cambria and Ireland. Perhaps it was a Saxon fleet that did it, and that explains why the Irish are no longer pushing harder. ? So
Loyalist.
you're rolling a loyalist plus 20.
Don't roll a 1 or 2. Or do. Whatever.
30.
All right. A 30 is selected to take the plea for help to Vortigern. Saw Hangus and Rowena whispering into the ear before he made his decision to help. Gain 50 glory. So something sketchy's going on.
Oh, he's a loyalist. Vortigern is infallible. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not my Vortigern. He wouldn't do that.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Vortigern continues sending warriors.
No true Vortigern.
He's like, "Oh, you're speaking out against the Saxons? Here, why don't we send you to the front lines, buddy?" Uh, so the High King of Ireland invades Western Cambria from the north and south. Vortigern and Canagorn unite together to tie their forces, and it's a decisive battle. Um, so we're gonna roll on that battle table. Oh, well, actually, maybe not. There's a really good chance to roll this, but give me a d20 roll, Drax. Let's see what happens.
Alright, just type in my notes real quick and wait right to it. And a D20. Is this a New Year's thing? You're gonna even see it. 454.
454.
Yeah.
15s you're fought in the battle. So let's roll a d20 and see what happens in the battle.
He's been busy, man.
Yep. 15? Is that your most recent?
No,
roll?
that's right there, 7.
Okay, survived. Give me a d6
Again?
again.
Remember they're at 30 times d6 times half instead of just d6 times 15.
Right?
Which battle was it?
45. The
Battle-
battle Aberystwyth.
Aberystwyth? Okay.
Abbots.
Aberystwyth?
I don't know. Just saying it because it sounds cool.
Yeah. 455. This I think this is a choice here. So finally, after what seems like a lifetime, to his subjects, Vortigern acts to defend the Cambrians against the Irish. He leads Saxon fleet to attack the High King of Ireland. He defeats Irish King in battle, then concludes hostilities with the treaty. The treaty states no uncertain terms that the High King of Ireland agrees to stop assisting, or the High King of Estrigael, is it? Anyways, stop assisting the Irish in Britain. Okay, so the High King of Ireland has to stop helping out the Irish in Britain. To seal the treaty, Vortigern marries his daughter. Wait, what? Vortigern marries another one?
His daughter
Oh, sorry.
to his son. Yeah.
Yeah, to the High King's son.
Yeah.
So Vortigern marries his own daughter to the High King of Ireland's son.
Yep.
A large tribe of northern Kimry, the Votadini, under the famous war leader Gneda, marched oust the Irish in Cambria. To make room for the new tribe, Vortigern convinces half of the Cornovi to move to Cornwall. The Irish are soundly defeated in the Battle of Rutland and Norgales. This is like a wall of text.
Yeah, it is.
Paragraph.
So Vortigern reorganized. You know what, Trent? If you don't have anything going on, do you want to flip to like the? You know how there's just the overall like, hey, what happens in this year? It's like a really short, like a sentence. It's somewhere in the book.
Yeah, I'll
It
go
might
through
be
it.
like-
Find it.
It might be in the back. I think there's like
Instead of reading the 6 paragraphs at a time,
Yeah, then we can just.
Yeah, 450.
get everyone else participating.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
it's still a whole paragraph. Yep, I've got it though. Let me get the summary for you. You keep going.
Give me a d20 roll. Drax.
All right.
The Western Empire of Rome is finished at this time. That just in. 10 is
Skirmished.
for Cilliers, specifically skirmished against Estrigael's Irish. Gain 15 times 1d6 glory.
Okay, so yeah, after the Irish got the hell kicked out of them, they created some new kingdoms in Wales. Powys and Escavalon are officially created as kingdoms. That marriage happened between the High King's children. The Irish nobility and commoners are converted to Christianity. Vortigern is persuaded to settle Saxons under Hengist's son Octa and Aosa in former Parisi land. So Octa and Aosa settle in Nohot and Dira on the west coast, east coast. Terrible at that. Shiploads of Saxons flock to the new Theods, and tribes of loyal Picts are moved to Jagant. The Vandals sack Rome. Gallo-Roman nobleman Avitus becomes the emperor with Aquitanian support. 455 complete.
Alright. So all families become dissident at this stage, just as a
Yep.
note.
Yeah, I'm marking it.
Vortigern's now truly seen as an asshole.
What? No.
And I think everyone gets...
That's against Vortigern.
You get the hate Vortigern 3d6 now.
Okay.
So even you're pissed about Vortigern.
Yeah, especially at all that time. I'm famously.
Oh, you're really pissed.
Yeah. Well, you know.
That guy need... Fuck.
Yeah.
I was loyal to him for my whole life, and then
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay, the Battle of Rutland. I don't see where that gets triggered. I think it's... Oh, that's
bottom.
non-Ciliars. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
But
still
you-
used.
So you don't have to worry about that.
Right.
456. Eastern Britons rebel, protesting... sorry, this is a short one, so I can read it. Eastern Britons rebel, protesting the high-handed policies of King Vortigern. The way he tramples on the autonomy of the tribes and gives their lands away to anyone. Vortigern and Cadogan lead the rebels against the Saxons of Kent, bringing many Cambrians to fight too. 2 battles follow, with the rebel forces victorious, even though Cadogan dies in a mutually fatal duel with Horsa. So Cadogan and the Saxon leader Horsa die. Let's roll a d20 for you, Rex.
In general, while that's happening, for the next several years, between 456 and 461, Majorian usurps Avitus and becomes the emperor. He works hard to restore the Western Empire, defeating the Burgundians, the Aquitanians, and the Suebi, taking back Gaul and Hispania. However, Vandals manage to destroy his fleet. Classic Vandals, preventing him from invading Africa. His assassination is the final nail in the coffin of the Western Roman Empire.
All right.
Also, Vortimer and Cadogan lead rebellions against their father. Vortimer and Cadogan invade Kent, with the southeastern Britons meeting Hengist and Horsa, and blah blah blah, all the things you've just said. The Aquitanians gain a measure of revenge by allying with the Romans to defeat the Vandals. Just background history.
Awesome. And then it looks like you get to join the rebellion.
Hey,
Yeah, he
Battle of
joins
River
the
Darren.
night. He is so pissed. He flat out just like full circle. Yeah.
All right, give me a d20 roll. Let's see if he
All right.
survives or not.
Now, he's been around a while. I'm not suspecting he is. 6.
6.
Okay.
Survived.
Yeah.
Roll d6 for glory.
Nice.
That's really good because the times 2, so 300 glory for him there.
How much? Oh.
300. Yep. It's a times 2 decisive victory.
Gotcha.
And then I think it says continue on the
Yeah.
Battle of Aylesford. Yep.
It does.
So you get to roll another d20.
Another chance to die.
Another battle.
5.
5 survived. Roll me another d6 for glory.
That's a goddamn warlord.
Yeah, I know. No kidding. Telling me. Oh man.
I fucked that one up. 3'1" apparently.
The second battle was the Battle of Aylesford.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll put the name in, Bob.
Like no one ever was. Thanks for following. Appreciate it. 135. Glory for you there.
Nice. Dude's a monster.
And then roll 2d6 plus 6 to see if you hate non-barrack Saxons.
I roll D20 first.
D20 first.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sorry.
11.
You do. So now 2d6 plus 6.
2d6 plus 6.
We have them on the run. Remember
11.
Pendragon, kill them all. Yeah. So you hate non-barrack Saxons at 11.
Okay.
All right. Let's continue. 457. We're getting close to Scully's night aging up.
Yeah.
Yeah, when was he? Mine's coming in at 460. I think yours was 455, wasn't he?
I think so.
Yeah, maybe we need to go do 455 for his father.
Because he started early, right?
Yeah.
He did. Let me just see. This is
I
gonna be
need a
interesting
quick-
because we're gonna.
Quick break here. I'll be right back. Let you sort
Sure.
that out.
So I need the page here, page 88. Cambrian year 457, right? And then I'm gonna go back to the book here.
Scully's in Colchester, right? Which is Saxon Shore, page 163.
So his grandfather was knighted at 434. So 455, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so we've got a couple of years of father knighting to be done. Unless you get knighted older for some reason. Start now, whatever.
So what year? We were at 457, so we're gonna go back to 455 for Scully, and that was Saxon Shore, right? Do you have the page for that?
For the Colchester being Saxon Shore? Or where Saxon
Yeah.
Shore is? I just looked at the map. 455 will be a little bit past 163. Hold on. So page 163 is where Saxon Shore starts. And Colchester is on the map there, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
That's
I was
Saxon
muted. It's 170 on the PDF, 176 in the document.
Thank you very much.
I was muted, my bad.
455 is... Okay. 455. News arrives that Rome's fallen, basically. So now we're going to roll... We read this already, so now we're going to roll a d20 for your father, Scully.
All right. We read it already, but y'all read a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Alrighty. That was a 16. So, Garrison
Garrison.
active against the pirates. 10 glory.
Do you want me to stay on the Saxon Shore page, or you've got multiple documents open, Bob?
It's up to you. What do you want to... I'm
Make it-
good with that.
Must to make it a bit easier
Yeah.
for you. At least still 460 when I've got to go to Brittany for my own dad.
Okay. Okay. So that was 455 for Scully. There's a choice in this. Grandfather doesn't continue to live. He died before the loyalist and dissident action, so I think
Died far before.
I think your father could decide for himself. Is he loyal to the tyrannic Vortigern, or is he jumping on the bandwagon?
Oh, we're not gonna like tyrannic governments here.
Yeah. And to be fair, you're from Logris, and there's no reason to like this guy. So he's giving away your people's lands that you are your neighbors. It's not cool.
Yeah, from what I've heard, a little, yeah, seems to be pretty warmongery.
All right. So, so you can gain the passion, or let's mark you as a dissident then.
Yeah.
And then you get to roll a d10 on passion, or d20, sorry, on passion. You gain hate non-barrack Saxon, so 2d6 plus 4.
directed trait.
Ooh.
7.
So small hate, but you have a directed trait, suspicious all Saxons. Roll another d6 for us.
Okay, that's cool.
Vicious. Another d6.
Yeah.
6.
So you don't hate them, but you're highly suspicious of them.
All right. Very suspicious of the Saxons. Suspicion works.
Oh, it's 2d6 plus 4, so 7, yeah.
Yeah, the 7, then the 1d6 was 6.
Okay, and that brings us to 456. The Eastern Britons finally rebel, protesting the policies of High King Vortigern, anxious that their lands may also be given to Saxons. Vortimer, king of Escavalon, and Cadogan, king of Powys, are concerned with that Vortigern, their father, is failing his duty. So this is where they start to rebel. You are marked as a dissident, right?
Yep.
So you get it's 1d20 plus 10.
All right. D20 plus 10. That is 29.
All right, you join the rebellion. So now we get to see if you roll. You're going to see how your father fares in battle. He fights at the River Darren alongside Drax's grandfather. Let's see how he does. Give me a d20 roll.
8.
8. Survived. Give me a d6 roll for your glory.
All right. 5.
300 glory.
Nice.
And then we go on to the next battle, the Battle of Aylesford.
Battle of Aylesford, I see it.
Roll a d20. 8. Survived. Roll a 1d6 again.
2.
Another 90 glory. This guy's already more glorious than his father was.
Yep.
And then, what do you do, Trent, if you already have a passion but it's low? Do you roll again?
Yeah, you can roll again, and if it's higher, then you can upgrade it. Or you
Yeah.
can just, if you don't
So-
bother, skip it. Doesn't matter.
Do you want your character to potentially hate Saxons, non-barrack Saxons more
Nah.
after all this? No, you're good with it?
We'll stick with just highly suspicious.
Okay. Noted. I'll take it. So that brings us to 457. So let's talk before we continue. How do we want to do this? Do we want... should I stay with Scully and Trent, you guide through Drax until we get everyone back?
Yeah, either one's fine. I'm also going to be another spanner because I'm going to have Brittany, but I can kind of just do that myself.
Okay.
So
You can
yeah.
just update us on what your Brittany rolls are and stuff.
Sounds good. That's a 4-6.
Because I imagine the creation part won't take you as long anyways.
No.
Because you have a lot of...
Yeah.
Um,
So I'm going back to Cambria for 456. Is that right? What, 457? 457.
457 for Cambria.
Yeah, cool. Okay, and I'm doing that for Drax.
Yeah. And we'll skip some of the flavor text and I'll try to add it as we go. Scully, why don't you just roll me a 1d20 plus 10. Oh, you're fighting in the Battle of Kent. Never mind. Actually, you still need to roll a d20 and don't roll a 1 or else your father dies.
All right.
Same thing for you, Drax.
So it
Yeah,
says
1d20.
Dissonant rebel or loyalist gets a plus 10.
Yeah, so as long as you don't roll a natural 1, you're good. You fought at the Battle of Kent. Now you roll a d20.
It says Rebel's got a modifier of plus 10. So
Yeah, that's
plus
right.
10.
Yeah, just don't roll a 1 and you'll fight in the battle.
Okay.
Otherwise, you die.
Otherwise he dies.
All right.
Got
I roll a 20.
I got a
That's
3.
bad one. That's fine though. So you're also Battle of
Yeah.
Kent. Roll a d20 and a d6, and then another d20.
Same for you, Scully. D20, D6.
He died finally.
He died. Died in battle.
Finally.
You still get to roll your d6 for your glory though.
I need to
Okay.
do
Died
a
in the Battle of
d20.
Kent.
Yeah, D20, please, Scully.
Alright.
Oh, and he did die. With no
He
glory
died
at
early.
all.
I got
Yeah. First
15.
wave.
0.75. Why 0.75? Anyway, you get 22.5 glory.
Oh, I thought it was. Oh, never mind. My bad. I logged the wrong stuff. That was for
Alright.
loyalists or neutrals.
Do you have a Passion of Hate Vortigern? Do you want to roll to get another more of one, Drax?
What? Sorry, I didn't understand the question.
Roll a d20 to see if you hate Vortigern even more.
I did a 15.
Scully, give me a D6.
Alright,
13.
Cool.
5.
And 2d6 plus 6 for hate Vortigern. We had those Saxons defeated before Vortigern turned against us. His own subjects. Death to that Saxon-loving tyrant! You
Yeah.
have hate Vortigern at 12 if you didn't already have it higher. And
It's at 16, so I'm good. And he's dead. How much glory was it again?
22.5.
22.5, okay.
Just write 22 because there is no 0.5.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or 23,
fine.
whatever.
Yeah. No, 22
Go higher. Go one.
Really?
Go one.
Oh,
Go,
okay. Well, that's
yeah,
generous.
round up. So same with Scully. 113. Glory for Scully. His father survives. Scully. Roll a d20 to see if you get a passion.
Alright, I see where we are on the table now. 7.
7. No passion gained. You don't hate Vortigern. Okay, so this 458, Vortigern starts reorganizing the lands. So instead of like, this is where the tribes go away, and he like starts mixing up tribes into like not quite the counties, but it is smaller parcels called counties. They get reorganized later too, but this is like the first shift. It's like no, you're no longer these people. You're actually Salisbury now.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't sell well.
You're no longer a tribe.
Yeah.
You're a county. Anyway, don't worry about it.
Dissident and Rebel, Scully, you get to roll a d20 plus 5.
D20 plus 5. 7. No, 8.
8. Garrison saw little or no combat.
Gotcha.
So, Trent, are you doing 458 for Drax?
Drax.
My grandfather's dead, so I'm not having
right.
any more rolls until 460.
Yep.
Okay, so literally this will be the last year before everyone's back, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Should be.
Okay. So, for 459, Vortigern continues reorganizing tribal lands in southern Logris. Am I in the wrong freaking area right now?
The Exodus.
I don't know. Hold on. We should be paid.
No, I'm on the right one. I'm in the right one. It just threw me off. It was southern Logris.
Yeah.
Um,
Gonna have heaps.
Yeah. Decide if your family departs at the start of the year. So, do you have that for the page you're on too, Scully?
Yeah. The Exodus to Brittany continues. Decide if your family departs. Dissonance, get that plus 5.
Are you going to Brittany as well?
Maybe, we'll see.
Let's see.
Roll a d20 plus 5. Nope.
I'll be right back.
Okay, that brings us to 460. We're gonna take a very short break here. I've got to do a little bit of thinking about how to proceed because I forgot how long this is. So, especially with 4 people and doing it stream. So I'm gonna brainstorm on that for the next couple minutes. We're gonna go BRB, take a bathroom break if anyone needs it, and we'll figure out how to speed this up a little bit. this part of it up as much as possible.
Yep.
I'm not quite sure what that looks like. Anyone got any ideas for how to speed this up?
I can just sort
For
of
live
do
again.
mine in the background. I'll just put all the dice rolls and gears in the text if you like, and then.
Yeah, the only issue is we're currently in 3 different areas right now.
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, I can just do mine offline, and I can just put the notes in, and then and that's fine. At some point, I'll just end up coming. The only trick will be because presumably if I'm in Brittany, I'm going to end up on Aurelius's march, and then I have to get back up to Wales somehow after that. But that's easy. I can just say I didn't, whatever lands I was given were up in Gomerit or something. If I don't die, if my father doesn't die. In terms of practicality, the other way is you could just kind of hand wave everyone to Brittany as a result of the rebellion. People just getting kicked out as dissidents, and they all end up in Brittany,
Yeah.
or because I think everyone's father's. You go.
Yeah. I think we can just continue. So we have Scully absent right now. So why don't we start with Cambrian year 4? Was it 457 or 460? Where was it?
460.
Right? Yeah. So, and I'll just skim, and we'll kind of do our best to give the background as we go. But for year 460 for our Cambrians, which is 2 of you now, Bert and Drax.
We all end up on the march anyway, don't we?
Potentially.
Yeah. And then we're all back.
Not necessarily. And your fathers could die and stuff, right?
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Give me a D20 roll for Drax and Bert.
All right.
7 for Drax.
And so my father would be knighted this year, I guess. Probably, right?
Correct. Father is knighted this year.
Okay.
You inherit 1/10 of your grandfather's glory.
All right, I'll just put that in notes and factor it in after.
Yep.
And
Okay, so Cormac got a 10, and Drax got a 7. That is the same result for 460. Garrison duty saw some fighting gain 10 glory.
There is actually a decision here. Decide whether your family departs to Brittany at the start of the year. So you can actually just go to Brittany if you want to.
yeah, I went to Brittany.
Drax, would your character go to Brittany, or do you think you'd go to St. Escavalon, given the current landscape? If you have a strong opinion, just don't feel like
I honestly don't have like a real strong opinion either way, so I'm not sure.
Okay. If you don't have a strong opinion, then you landing in Brittany with Bert and Trent means that we're back. Like we got the 3 of you.
Well, let's go ahead and do that for sake of ease then. That's good. So yeah, I'll just jump off to Brittany.
Page 62 of the book.
Okay, I'll get over there in a minute.
69 of the PDF. 68 of the PDF.
Okay.
It's Scully's probably still AFK, because I'm wondering if he had an opportunity to potentially end up in Brittany himself, and I wonder if we use that said opportunity.
Put us all in the same place. Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah, and then we're rolling on one table, and
yeah,
it's a lot less.
I think that would be the easiest way to do this.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, we'll give Scully a minute to see if he's kicking around here.
I'll just make my roll now. Hey, might as well for 460 Brittany.
What page again, just so I can follow?
62 on the PDF. 68. 62 in the book.
68. And what year are we in for? 60.
460. Yeah.
Okay.
I guess none of us.
So let's read this. More refugees arrive in Britain and are settled throughout Brittany. The Roman Aquitanian army under General Neptianus and Suneric defeat the Suebi in the battle. Aurelius continues backing the Romans and lends his forces for the campaign. what's the with Aurelius in 459? I guess no one was.
We're just been knighted.
So just D20 for 3 of you.
We did that. That was
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we just did that one. It was just on a
Did you?
different table. Yeah, we did that for before you gave us the question, the option.
Maybe
We rolled
they
on a
run
different
Okay.
table, but the results is the same either way.
You gained 20 glory. Not. I don't know if I gave you 10 before.
Yeah, it was 10 before. I corrected that already.
Yeah.
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 I got the Battle of Lugo against the Swaby. Do you want me to roll the D20, D6?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll for Scully for this. I'm sure he won't care that much
Yep.
about this, but if I get a 1, I won't allow that for now. 7.
I survived just the Battle of Lugo, and my glory. Oh, 6 is. Oh, that's a good one to get a 6 on. 360.
Nice.
Nice. So 461.
Join around.
On his return to Italy, Emperor Majorian is deposed and killed by Wickheimer, who then installs Libius Severus as the new emperor. Oh man, this is the worst. Egidius of Soissons, which is Soissons is what Syagrius gets his hands on later.
Mm-hmm.
Just roll a d20, guys. Lore dump.
In general,
Yeah.
roll D20s.
Yeah.
5.
This is for 461.
Yeah.
I got Garrison
10.
G.
And I'll do Scully's.
Garrison.
Garrison.
I get plus 5 because I fought with Aurelius last year, so I get Garrison with glory.
Nice. Scully got garrison duty, no combat.
And I got
462. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna try to skip the text dump. We can always come back at that. The only one in Aurelius, actually, no one's Domnone, and no one's Aurelius's personal unit, right?
Correct.
So it's just a flat D20 for 462 for everybody. Scully, I rolled a couple of years for you. Nothing exciting. Got a little bit of glory in 460 and no glory in 461. It's we decided to move you to Brittany because that puts us all on one table. Everyone ended up, all 4 player characters ended up in Brittany now.
Okay.
So that it'll make this less painful. And then you're gonna give me a D20 for 462.
Father's fought
nothing
together.
for my character's father.
Siege of Alès.
Hey.
Cormac's father. There we go.
And Scully's father too.
And Scully's father. Cool.
462.
My character's father is a coward.
Page 69 in the PDF.
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm here.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Do I survive the
462.
battle?
You said page 72
Oh,
or 69? Sorry.
63.
69, yeah.
my father is surviving his battles by the skin of his teeth. Oh, yours is not.
He's
Uh-oh.
dead.
Yep.
Cormac's died in battle. Trent, yours is died in battle? Oh no, it's a
I
D6.
just survived. So yeah, that's my glory.
And Scully, you get to roll a D20 in the Siege of Arlis. So you're on the mainland now, doing Roman things.
I don't like this at all.
Oh wait, we're past 69, so 462 coming this down here. Okay, 462. I rolled a 17 on that first roll. And rebels.
Yeah. So you fight in the Siege of Arlis. So now you get to roll a D20 to see how you did in the siege.
Yeah, so that plus 20 puts. Alright.
Oh, you don't.
Wait a minute.
So now you're just rolling a flat 20. See how your father does in the Siege of Arlis.
And this is 462 is year 462 is on page 84.
Page 63.
863.
Because we're in Britain.
So 69 in the PDF, 63 of the actual thing.
Because you moved to Brittany.
Yeah, you're in Brittany now, not Saxon Shore.
Oh, okay. I see it now. I was on a different table. Okay.
Now we're fighting with familiar names: Aurelius and Gaulois.
Yeah.
Rip.
All right. So now I'm rolling a flat d20.
Flat D20.
4.
Okay, you survived. Roll a D6 for glory.
5.
Nice.
That's a
My d6.
300 glory.
My
Oh, that
d6
sucks.
would be 5. 462.
I'll start the.
Uh,
This is the Knight of Long Knives, by the way. 463.
well, you guys all dodge this bullet, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Or
No.
No?
Grandfathers who were born in Britain -10 on the roll.
Dead now, aren't
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, grandfathers are all toast.
Okay, so that's fair then. You still got to roll for it though, or no?
they? Yeah, we got to roll for the rest of it. The garrison
All right.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened?
Okay.
Everyone, give me a.
To bring it in a legend.
Does anyone not know what the Knight of Long Knives is? It's pretty relevant to the
Mm.
story, I suppose.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, it's
No clue.
it's a major event. You know, do you follow any Game of Thrones? It's the Red Wedding of this setting, basically. It's the Saxons are like, hey, we're willing to talk peace, and then they stab everyone to death with long knives. And one guy fights his way out with a table leg. That's the story.
Yeah.
The bloodshed king, Viking,
Yep.
Volodymyr, and meet at a
Oops.
peace. Okay.
Ah.
Dead before he even got started.
Yeah,
Wow.
my father died gloriously at the Battle of Orleans.
Alrighty, so a d20 for that's gonna be.
Okay, and then I had to roll on the battle Orleans.
Alright, so
Scully, you just rolled a 12.
yeah,
So you got
push northward to.
You're also rolling on the Battle of Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, push northward to
6.
the river while crossing the Loire River. Army is suppressed by the Romans under.
I survived.
Okay. It's Frank's and Britons under there.
I should have had like this set up so we got like character images and we can put like X's through. It's like one of those
Yeah.
what are those games called? Like the Jackbox games or whatever. It's like, oh, you're out of the game.
Yeah.
15. I
survived.
Yeah, mine
Roll a
survived as well.
D6.
There's a problem with this though, because it means our characters are going to be starting old. Because
Oh
My
yeah,
dad
I'm already starting at like 35, 36.
yeah, because my dad just died in 463. Unless you want to hand wave deaths before like
be
470.
in your bag, so. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, mark when you should have died. So hold on, we're starting in 496, right?
Yeah.
Is when you're going to be knighted, minus 21.
75.
So the earliest your characters can die is 475. If they die before that, make a little note, and there's something we can do.
Can I still have the died gloriously in battle glory? The 1,000 glory for dying gloriously in battle. I'll just re-roll.
No.
That. I'll roll the entry. Okay, roll the 20. 13.
Like if you wanted to be 35, you could take that.
Yeah.
I'd rather be 20s.
I rolled a 2 for my glory.
5.
Like I died
Highly recommended.
2 years, or like
Yeah. So Bert, we got to bring you back.
I gotta
up.
go
Where did
all
we
the
leave
way
you
back.
off? Where did you die?
the siege of Arwen.
460.
That was 1 year. That was 462. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just ignore that death roll and roll 463. Yeah.
Alright.
So you're still on track. You're fine. Didn't die gloriously at the Battle of Orleans. I say was wounded.
So roll for 463, Bert. 17.
17.
Okay. Siege of Orly.
Siege of Orleans. 9. Died. Nah. Survived.
What?
Just barely.
Just barely. Made by 5 points. You're good.
So
1d6.
yeah, so everyone here, I don't know if anyone's other than Trent's maybe rolled glory for Orleans. So you got to roll a d6, everybody, for
I
plus
did.
glory.
I rolled a 2.
Hey, I rolled a 2.
And Scully, you both get 30 times 2 times 2.
Yep.
120.
Mm-hmm.
Cormac, you would have died again. We're not gonna force it. Um,
No. This was for previous battle.
That,
Glory.
yeah.
oh right. No, this is Battle of Orleans.
Yeah, I got
just rolled.
120.
Yeah.
I survived.
Oh,
It's
gotcha.
a D6 now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, d6. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're now
Thank God.
460.
464.
4, thank you. Yeah.
Hmm.
Vortigern escapes having fucking murdered everybody. The kings of Brittany find themselves arranging marriages with several of the British knights. Interesting.
So basically, in this, yeah, Vortigern managed to escape the betrayal. Why is it mentioning the Cornovi? Refused to get rid of Exeter and instead fight the Saxons. Oh, that's over in Cornwall. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the kings in Brittany find themselves arranging marriages.
D20s again.
Okay, let's roll d20s, guys. Nothing like super duper relevant. It's like backplot lore.
Yeah.
A lot of these names aren't gonna be uber relevant.
Battle of Angers. 7 is survived.
Oh my god, I barely
Glory
survived
6.
this one.
Survived the Battle of Angers. And
Oh wait,
got
we're not there
another
yet.
360. Nice.
Never mind.
Nope. Didn't even see the battle.
Yeah, there's a chance of getting it.
Yeah, so garrison duty for Scully.
Yep.
Drax, what did you get?
I had to roll on the table. 1d. Oh, what was it?
A d20 for
Again? Okay, I rolled a 14.
464. Did you?
Yeah,
That was
it's up
for
there. I
the
had to roll on.
And now
Yeah.
another one for the battle. So that puts you in the battle? Now
Oh, and then another one for the battle. Gotcha.
Yeah.
13. I survived.
Survive. So roll a d6 for your glory.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I did that wrong.
240.
465. So this is when Aurelius hears the pleas of the countrymen, so shit starts stirring, but it's not quite Aurelius's march yet, right?
Not yet. That starts in 463. Sorry, 466.
Okay, so next year is Aurelius's march back, but this is like the starting of Aurelius hearing everyone's concerns.
Yeah. Let's roll my d20 for 465.
Okay, everyone give me a d20 roll.
That doesn't
No one was handpicked to fight alongside Corlo and Aurelius yet, right?
Not handpicked, but it just says or. It says or. Handpicked to be with Relish before or fought alongside them.
Okay.
We have
So-
I just
Has-
traveled with Aurelius to Toulouse.
Is that a natural 20 for Drax? Whew.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
puts you in the bottom one. Because you get plus 10 because you fought alongside Aurelius.
Oh. Okay. Sweet.
Sweet.
That's a big wall of text.
And with Cormac, you and Cormac both went.
Sweet.
Long story short, it was a really
26 is
good
you.
magic shipwreck.
You did
Oh,
all that.
Oh, 26.
25 is you went with Aurelius.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So that then does that mean we have two people going on Aurelius's march? Is that what's happening?
Everybody now.
Everyone is?
I'm pretty sure because in 466, everyone goes. So the entry for 466 is just go roll on 460 on the March of Aurelius.
Yeah,
Okay.
465. I rolled the net 20. Puts me on. Whatever.
Okay, so guys, I have some good news. There aren't any garrison duty shits about to happen in the next little while here. This is a lot of battle.
So
This
we're
is where
all
the-
about to die.
This is where shit gets pretty glorious potentially.
You still can't die till 475, so you're gonna have some war heroes on your hands here.
True, yeah.
So 465. Who? Draximus. So Drax gets what? 50,
100 glory.
If you
100 glory total.
Yeah, because he got shipwrecked and saw Gowar. Gowar met Igraine, who is the most beautiful woman in the world. They spent a year on the island. Gowar, there's a whole thing. It's worth reading. It is interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna read it afterwards. Yeah.
And I think given that one of Gowar's daughters is, actually I think all of Gowar's daughters, so two or three of Gowar's daughters are married to people in Wales.
no,
Nope. Never mind.
they're in Cumbria.
They're in Cambria.
Yeah.
Close.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you've got that 26 result, probably worth reading that entry.
Actually, they're in the north. They're all northern. Lot in them are all in the north, so they're.
And then we all go to page 239, as Aurelius gathers his army to go and retake Britain from the betrayer. 466, page 239. Here we go.
How do you sit there and? Is this the Cambria?
What's
245 is the PDF start March of Aurelius Ambrosia. So now you guys have spent all that time in Brittany. Now you're coming back across to Britain to reclaim things as conquerors / invaders / liberators, depending on the view.
I'm just gonna roll.
Okay, so now in the year 466, Ambrosius shows up. He is the last High King. Well, sorry, the High King before Vortigern's like heir at this point, and he starts fucking shit up. So let's see if you guys
Brittany native.
What page are we on for the tables?
We're on
page 245 of the PDF,
Yeah, thank you.
or 239 of the actual document.
Actually, it doesn't. You don't have to. It doesn't matter what. So you can ignore the first roll because we're all going to be in the bottom entry because we're all coming as exiled British.
So
Right.
239, you said?
So Battle of Exeter.
239 in the book, 245 of the PDF.
Awesome.
So your D20 roll for this might as well just be your battle survival roll because you're all going to be going to the battle.
Yeah. So the first table you're rolling on is the Battle of Exeter.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. I
And
survived.
you're rolling it.
Alright, let's see what happens.
Drax, give me a D6 roll for glory.
I survived. Got a 6 on the D6.
Okay, Coach, that's a lot.
That's 540, I think.
540 glory for Coach.
My dad is putting in the
win.
work.
And continuing, I think we all, if you survive,
450.
Passion.
yeah, I think I'm pretty sure with this one, everybody who survives Exeter is also supposed to roll at the continuing battles.
Correct.
Yeah. It's not actually made clear there, but you were supposed to. Yeah, we all have to roll a continuing battle as well.
What about the passion rolls, right? People got to do that too.
I think that
Yeah,
one's...
good point. Passion is only if you kill a berserker.
Oh, okay.
D20.
Never mind.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like. Continuing battles.
Survive.
And a continuing battle is just some more glory and potentially death, but there is no death right now.
There's no death for a couple of years. Continuing battles. Everyone needs a d20 for that.
Yeah, I got 12 on there.
Oh, we lost somebody.
Handy glory.
4.
I got the hundo.
4 is 25. Glory. Additional.
Dra-
And we just.
Drax, a d20 for continuing battles is your next piece.
$50 glory.
Yeah, Drax, you get 50 glory. Uh, 467?
Yep.
So you begin to besiege his new castle on Mount Snowdon. Others call this the Battle of Garanu. Are we losing Drax?
He's muted. Don't know if he's.
My earbuds are dying, so I'm just muting so we don't get any feedback.
Cool.
Gotcha. So Siege of Carline, right?
Yep.
Is that what everyone's rolling on?
Yep. Survived. D6. 1, and there's a passion roll as well. Hate Cambrian tribesmen. We hate ourselves? Interesting.
Alrighty, so
I don't hate myself.
Hate myself.
Yeah.
Survived.
Alright, I gotta re-roll that.
16 on continuing battles. 200 glory.
Drax, let me know if have you rolled on the 467 Siege of Carline? Okay. You want to roll a d20 here to see if you survive.
I got a 14 on the continuing battles. So 100.
Perfect. Okay, everyone's getting the hang of this now, so we're kind of into faster mode.
Oh, I forgot to do the D6 on the other one.
The Passion?
No, the
Or the Glory for Siege of Carline?
Yeah.
Yeah.
rolled a 2.
3.
Oh, and I need to roll the passion too, huh?
Yep. Yeah, there's a chance you get to hate yourself.
You can just ignore it. Actually, he's not from Cambria.
Oh, yeah.
So he might actually.
Yeah.
Alright, I survived on the Siege of Caroline, so I'll roll my other stuff now.
I rolled a 9,
Sounds
so
good.
I don't hate you guys.
Thank you.
We're not gonna have to go through that awkward entire campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good that all our fathers are fighting together for so long as well. Kind of, we're all if not kin, we might as well be at this point, Maybe they fought
So-
name a shield.
Drax's Glory.
Maybe. That makes sense.
Yeah, I love on the list of content warnings you had, like, racism was a content warning. You should have put that in bold.
Do I have to roll for the passion as well?
Yes.
You do, and you have to roll for the 1d6 from the Siege of Carline as well. The glory from that siege.
I did. I only had I think it was a 4, so it's 25 glory.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll just roll the passion.
No, those are different things.
Oh, okay.
It's 60
Gotcha.
glory, and then there's continuing battles on the other side. So we'll count that as your glory for Siege of Carline. Now continuing battles, you want to roll again. See what?
A D20.
Yeah.
A D20 Drax for the second table on page 240. Or third table, or whatever it is, yeah. That's another 50, I think. Yep, another 50 glory.
50 glory for you, Drax, there. Okay. Does that take us to 468?
Yep.
Did we get there?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's happening here?
Battle of Snowden.
Yeah, what's
Kimry under Aurelius versus Vortigern's British allies under Vortigern.
okay? So they're just continuing to war. We're just continuing to war against the tyrant.
Yeah, basically.
Yep.
Yeah. 1d3. So if you survive, it's
Drax Battle of Snowden, D20 for 480. 468, I mean.
I did a 4 on the D6.
It's a D3 in this case, so half
crap.
that, so you get 30 glory, and there's a passion roll as well in 468. D20 to see if you get afraid of fires. Pretty sure. Oh, my father. Cowardly near big fires.
Cowardly near big fires.
Yep.
Yeah.
You don't actually have to inherit your father's fears, but it might be useful to know that your father is afraid of big fire.
Okay, so Drax, where did we leave off with you? Let me get this right.
I rolled and survived, and then I rolled my glory, and then I rolled for the passion. The 19 was the passion, so my dude's got directed trait, cowardly.
We're
It
all
looks like.
we're all scared of fire.
Yeah.
Fathers have got a lot in common.
I'm good.
And then I gotta roll a 1d6 for the level of that, and then I'll be done with that one.
And then there's the coronation.
Then we get to the coronation, and that's the end of 468.
Yeah.
So
another D20 for everybody.
yeah.
Remember to add
Oh,
plus
no.
1 for every 100
Yeah.
glory gained in earlier battle.
Why do they tell you that here?
That's alright, I've
That
been
is-
tracking it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. I can't track that myself. Sorry, Bob.
No, it's okay. Well, why don't we roll, and if you get close numbers, we'll earmark that to see if you get anything notable. Does that make sense? So,
Yeah.
like, if no one got like crazy glory. I think people might have got it close to 1,000. Some of you less. So, at most, you're gonna have like a plus 10. But if you roll 1, you know you're not even like, you know that like we can just earmark this one basically.
12 plus. I could be plus 10 or plus 11. I know I got like 500 in one of them, 300 on another.
Yeah.
I might be moving up to that ceremony too.
We're gonna give you
Earmark.
an earmark there.
This is only since 466 as well.
468.
Sorry, yeah, but the modifier is only counting
Yeah.
Battle Glory since 466.
From 466.
Okay.
So it's only really from the Battle of Exeter, which you might have got a good chunk from.
Yeah, I think that's where I rolled my 6 and got like 500 glory.
540, yeah.
So maybe not on that plus 11.
No, you probably got like plus 6 maybe, 7 maybe.
Jax is okay. Jax is not gonna be
Yeah.
at that coronation.
I was only at plus 4, so I was at the coronation, but I didn't get the fancy version.
Nope.
And Cormac rolled his at plus 15. So I think everyone I want to say Drax is going to end up at the coronation too. I bet you he's got 900 glory.
I'd say so. He
Yeah,
doesn't,
I
it's
don't
only,
get-
only
so-
needs to get 11. So he only needs plus 5. And he got 540 on that.
Yeah, probably. I don't know how far back it goes, but yeah, he started with 1/10 of his grandfather, so I'll have to add it up later.
It's only since 466. So what?
Oh,
if you got a good roll in Exeter, then you're good.
270 glory on there, so that was it. And then 50 more from continuing battles, I think. So
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
maybe not. Okay. So
Yeah.
only.
What did you get from the first one, Drax?
from Exeter,
Or no, from Carline. I thought you got a big one.
100 because I travel well.
Oh.
Oh, Caroline was just 50. I rolled like crap on that one, so
You rolled 50, but before that you had glory 2. You rolled that 3, right?
That's only
Yeah,
Or 4.
270, and then yeah,
It's not a big one, Carlian.
no,
Gotcha.
So everyone except Drax.
Yes.
yeah,
Everyone but Drax's fathers ended up at the coronation.
right.
Okay. Okay. That brings us to 469.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Hengist gathers his Saxons and marches from Kent towards Cumbria to join with Octa and Eosa. Aurelius marches with his army and catches up to Hengist. 2 major battles occur. So why don't you guys just roll your stuff on the battles?
Really?
2 wounded to continue.
Good.
But I got
Oof.
180 glory.
I survived and continued to battle through Coinsbro.
Wow.
Awesome sauce.
So Cormac, you got a decision to make here. You would have to start a little older, but you could die glory. You could have your father die gloriously in battle, get 1,000 glory, and you would be how old? You would be 27 years old.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
Okay. In that case, we'll just give you the survived 200 to continue.
Yeah, because that's
My character's father died.
You're gonna have your character father die. Or you
Oh,
wanna
I
just keep
rolled
the
it,
200?
and he died. So
You don't have to though, because if he dies here,
yeah.
just
Okay,
if he
well I'll just
dies
let
here,
it go
the
then.
200 to continue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
200 to continue or whatever. Yeah.
Okay. Battle of Conisbrook.
That's for those who survived. I think that's only Scully.
Only Scully.
Yeah, I'm continuing the fight.
Get him. Get him.
Get him. Alrighty. Let's Coinsbro. $11.
Survived. D6 glory. Times 45.
6.
Ooh. I think you're going to get some pretty good rewards. You've got some good glory so far, hey?
Yeah, it's been generous. My D6s have been nice most of the time.
Okay, so
45? I thought
405.
270, right?
Oh, 6 times 30. Is that what it was?
Yeah, 6 times 30 times 1.5, yeah. So, or
Sorry, Scully 270. Sorry.
Nice.
still is good. So now we need a tricky one. So the next roll is it's a D6, but you get a lot of modifiers. And so basically count up your glory since 466 and divide it by 100 to give you your +1 modifiers. I don't think we have anyone from a notable deed, do we? No, nobody killed any champions or anything, right?
Alright, what's the next table we're rolling on?
Farewell gift table.
Oh,
469.
okay.
So roll a d6. Everyone roll a d6. If you roll like a 1, you might be so far away, it doesn't matter. If you roll a 6, then you got to start considering whether you have enough glory to get into the 12 to 13 range.
Yeah.
nope. Or I've got a 10.
You got a 10.
Yeah.
I
What about
rolled
Scully?
a 3. I don't know what the modifier is.
It's
Right.
plus.
So just keep track. Do you think it's +10 for you?
do
I've
you think
been
1,000
getting-
glory since 466?
I think I might have. That's Bob's been tracking it, so
Okay.
Well, I think you did. Yeah, I'm almost positive. So, so you get another. You gain public praise by High King Aurelius.
ooh shoot. Given reward by the High King. Publicly praised. But
I
also
got
make a roll on the
7.
1.13.
10. I also got public praise from High King Aurelius as you depart. 25 glory. So this is kind of good actually. If none of us did well enough to get landed, because it means that we have no reason to stay in Logos, which means we can now go on to back up to Estragales or
Yep.
So, do we now we start in Cambria again at 470?
yeah, now we kind of just go wherever. So the default now is that everyone goes to Logos. We get land in Logos, right?
Yeah, but I think in our game we're gonna assume not.
Yeah, I think that makes sense, eh?
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, this high praise, we also have to roll on a different gift table on page 21 and gain 50 glory from that.
You got high praise, did you?
No, it's I. Oh,
Alright.
what?
Yeah, that's a higher number. That's if you got like the top.
Oh, okay.
Top
That's okay. So I got
10 to 11.
public praise.
what was the
from
number?
hiking north.
What was the number I rolled with a modifier?
3, and then we assumed about 10.
We assumed
13.
10. Yeah, that would be given
That would be, yeah, treasure.
given reward by High King, publicly praised as above. And okay, so yeah, so I need to go to page 21 and get the 50 glory.
Yeah.
Okay, why don't you do that, and I'll get us into
Wrap.
or year 470, right?
Yes, we're now starting 470.
Okay, so we're into the years almost where your fathers can start dying. So we're close.
Yeah.
Cambria ends at 463.
It does. There is somewhere near the end. Here we go. It goes all the way up to 510. If you go to page 485, 246 has tables from 485 onward.
You know what I'm gonna propose is why don't we pause that there and go into creation stuff?
Yeah,
Because we know enough about our fathers now. We know where they went and how they came back, and then I can do those last few years with you like asynchronously.
yes, that sounds.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
'Cause
we can actually.
you know quite a bit about you. I know you don't know how your father ends, but I think, like,
All right.
you know a lot about.
Okay.
I got
Is that fair?
a golden armband worth 1d6 plus 4, and I rolled a 6 on that.
Cool.
Internet issues, Drex?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that, yeah.
Oh,
So what page are you going to? Sorry about that.
Good question. We're
No
not.
worries.
I think we're not is the plan, right?
Oh, okay. We're going back.
I think we're gonna put it on pause. That part on pause, and we're just gonna start the character creation if that's okay.
Yeah.
I think it'll be more interesting. So we're gonna use a modified version of the ones in 5.2. So you can use a 5.2 book of Pendragon for character creation. I imagine Scully does not have it though.
I do not, and yeah, I'd love to be able to visually see this. So whether it be sending it or sharing a screen that I can look at, that whatever's
Yeah.
easiest.
Let me see if I can pull that up. You know what I'm gonna do, guys? I'm thinking about this. I think I'm gonna turn this into a part 2. Just because it's super late already. It's past like I drastically
Book size.
miss. I thought we could knock this out faster than we actually.
It's quick. It's
knocked
quick
out.
if you know what you're doing, and it's not if you're dealing with 4 people
Yeah.
who don't.
Yeah, and stream
Yeah.
too on top of it, right?
Yeah.
So why don't we put a pause on it there? We can start to do the character creation stuff asynchronously. Does that work for everyone?
Sure.
And then we can just update on it.
Yeah.
So, all right. Thanks a lot, guys. We're gonna wrap it there, just so we're not exhausting people with this stuff. And we're gonna still aim to have everything done for next week. So we'll be working offline to get that done. Thanks for watching, anyone
you.
who's here, and we'll see you next time.
All right.
So we have my father's fight together.